I am reviewing a resume of a software engineer. They technically said full stack software engineer intern, but for internships, it doesn't matter if you're front, back, or full stack. That's fine. It's really when you're not intern that it matters to specify. So, if y'all like this type of resume review content, please like, comment, and subscribe. It is very much helpful to me. And let's begin. What we're looking for is right up there. A basic knowledge of the tech stack, which is language library, SQL Cloud, maybe AI, that's a bonus. Ability to work well with others, takes direction and criticism. And that's kind of it. Internship resumes are largely going to be the same across industry, unless you get into like masters and PhD interns. Those are going to differ. But for a bachelor's intern, these are basically what we're going to want. So this person has applied to 100 positions and gotten one interview per those 100 positions. They have not told me anything else about them, but that is not a good thing. You don't want 100 to 1. For an intern, you ideally want like 50 to 1. Maybe 60 to 1 is like okay. I know that's still a lot, but it's always going to be very competitive for internships. So let's see why. I'm pretty sure we can see what we can do to fix it. So I don't need this much. I mean, it should just be this. Truthfully, this could fit on one line. Also, these little line breaks are hurting you. Because then this shouldn't be bolded. If you have these giant line breaks, this should not be bolded. This, advanced coder. What is an advanced coder? Tested and corrected Python and JavaScript code generated by others, writer prompts. Rewrote AI generated scripts. I mean, this is okay. You're going to have to change the title from advanced coder or give me a bit of a description of what like your overall duties are, because this is a little confusing unless it was entirely tested and corrected code by A models. But anyway, there's at least some of the keywords here. So working with a team of, it should be worked. Everything should be past tense, even if you are still currently working there. Everything needs to be past tense. Working with a team of 5 to develop a website for school org using Ruby on Rails. Developed features such as intended checking and streamline deployment. Okay, so I like that you said working with, but you didn't tell me how you worked with them. All right, I know this is going to sound weird, but like, did you go for weekly meetings with them? Did you schedule time to meet with them? This stuff is important. How did you hash out ideas? That's the kind of thing I'd be looking for. Led a team of 5 in creating a web for Panda using Vue and backend. Leveraged OpenAI. Okay, fine. Leveraged. Scrum Master. Okay, I guess that's a practice for Scrum Master. Distribute and manage status of team members. Okay. Created full simplification. Provided data. Again, so here's where I see a lot of intern resumes go wrong. Is you have a lot of stuff of like led a team. They're not looking for leadership. Right? Like, you're not applying for a lead program position. You're not applying for the lead or senior developer. You're applying for an intern. An intern gets told what to do. And they need to make sure that they can say, hey, John Doe, your code's bad. Redo it, and you're not going to flip the table and walk away, because there are people that do that. So I need to know more about how you worked with these people. I also need more keywords than this, but that's kind of okay. And then I need a little bit better of a description here. So your formatting is not helping, and it's almost entirely, I think it's too advanced here, because like, do you even have any SQL? Okay, yeah, but okay, this doesn't count. You cannot put it here. It does not count. It needs to be in a bullet point. It needs to show what, how, and why. Otherwise, it doesn't count. This doesn't count. I'm sorry. Does not count. I need it in here. In addition, the very first bullet point should always be a summary of your duties that a child can understand. And I'm not exaggerating. I need you to make it. So this needs to be rewritten to show what you do to a person that has no idea what you do and why you're doing it. And then everything else needs to be what, which is the keyword, qualification, how, and why, which I'm not seeing. Which is why you are getting interviews, but you're not getting a lot of interviews, is because there's a lot of this stuff. Like CRUD, I don't really care about. GUI, I don't really care about. Java FX, maybe scene builder don't really care about. Vue and Vue I might. OpenAI I could care about. Let's see. Ruby on Rails, yes. React, Flask, yeah. UI, yeah. Chart.js, no. But like there's not enough of how you worked with others. So, and that's kind of the thing is, here's why, right? Like people always want to ask like, why is it so hard to get an internship? It's because every single resume looks like this. Almost every single resume is going to look like this. And I don't want to use the word stand out because that's not what we're looking for. It's really stand in. You want this to stand in, but it has all the knowledge of the tech stack and it does not show how they can work with others or take criticism because you are, again, an intern. You are not there to fix the company. If I hired you to fix the company as an intern, I would be wrong. That's not what an intern's supposed to do. They are supposed to be told what to do, work well with others, and learn. And that is what I need to see here. I need to see more about how you worked with the other 5 people. I need to see more about the basic tech stack, library, SQL, cloud, and the language. A bunch of this stuff is superfluous. It's okay to have like one, but you're focusing on it. And then your formatting is also hard to read. So delete this, fix the formatting, tell me more about this job because this is kind of confusing to me, and then add how you worked well with others. And I think you're going to have a better chance. Again, 75 to 1 is like a C-, right? In applying for a job as an intern. So I want to make sure you have a better shot at getting a job. And right now oh no, you weren't 75 to 1. You were 100 to 1, right? Yeah, you're 100 to 1. So that's just, that's not good. That's a D-. So let's redo this, fix the formatting, make it cleaner, make it easier to read, show what this is, show that you've worked with others and how to work with them, and do a very basic thing of the tech stack. And then continue doing that through kind of this. Like Valorant esports coach. Co-led a team of 12 that was trying to do a web development most creative project. Designed a website that enters value playing it in such a way to improve implement. Like that's neat. I wonder if Riot would like that, which is the company that owns Valorant. Valorant is a sort of the new age Counter-Strike, which is a first-person shooter, and it's a video game. So I've played League before, so I know generally of it. But yeah, this is okay. But like again, co-led. I'm not looking for led. I'm looking for worked with. So I feel like I'm harping on the same thing a lot. So let's move to the next resume. This, it could pass, but again, this is probably going to be rejected. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a office manager. They also have a 100 to 1 ratio. So they said a couple of things in their note to me, which was this is a new format, and their old one had a photo of them and was more designed looking because they were looking for creative artistic jobs. Don't do that. Some of the worst resumes I've seen are for artistic creative jobs. I understand your portfolio is for where you show how pretty your stuff is looking at, how pretty your art is. You do not do that on the resume. The resume is forever going to be designed as a government form, and if you use it as anything other than like a government form, you will fail. So what we're looking for as a office manager is I'm not reading their date. They're in chat right now. Okay, cool. So they've got Microsoft. What they're looking for is Microsoft Office, Google Workspace suites, multitask with deadlines, interact effectively with stakeholders, clients, customers, organizational skills, admin counts, also admin assistant counts as experience for office managers, how to convince people, attention to details, and bonus languages. So this is their old resume. They've been hanging around my chat before they've been able to get to this one. So their new resume that they've already made, I believe, is actually getting about 1 out of 10. So my method works, I'm going to say. But let's review, I believe, their old resume at least. So, which is probably not, they're probably not going to like it, but that's fine. They do this one. So, let's see. The formatting is all off. So single column is always going to be, best. Okay. Single column is always best. I don't think there's any time a double column resume has worked. You never need your phone. Don't do artsy and fancy. Do basic and boring. I understand that it may look boring to you, But specifically, and this is why I use this, this is peak resume to recruiters. So this is what we want to see. This boring, basic, bland is like heaven to us. Okay? So it should look like this formatting wise. Along with bullet point wise and everything else. So skills, these are okay skills, but they need to be here. So developed and instructed adult education content, textile quilting. See, actually, this can be good. This can sort of tell how you can interact with people and how you teach, which can be good as an office manager. I just need more. So ideally, every job needs to have 3 bullet points. Founding member of a fashion and produced in Bridge Street service. See, again, this is okay to add. Providing customer service and inventory management. I just need more, right? Just saying, so a good bullet point would be filled out orders in Microsoft Excel and sent clients PDFs of their receipts using Word and Google Word. Like, those would be okay. Those would be phenomenal sentences. So, office manager, own management. Okay, so you should maybe delete this one. Which actually I did work in fashion at one point, which I know people can tell, right? But no, I actually worked for fashion and Dress for Success for a bit. So that was actually one of my first jobs I've had. So I wasn't, my job was not to design the fashion, because as you can tell, that's not my strong suit. But I did do it. Let's see, company. So perform daily and monthly bookkeeping using, this is good. I just need to know what you used. Manage relationships with outside CPA firms for annual audit and tax engagements. Again, how? Through Outlook? Just saying Outlook would be fine. Oversaw other recurring office management administrative leads, including counter maintenance, scheduling, and boarding new hires. That's actually a very good bullet point. I mean, the formatting is obviously off, but I'm pretty sure you can fix that pretty easy. But this is pretty good bullet points. I just need more. I need these in there. These in there. So, finance director, partner with media advertising. Actually, yeah, again, that's fine. Staff assistant, executive level. This is good. Yeah, that's really good. Travel, creating filing system with digital to Excel. Yeah, so that's kind of the issue, is I have to go all the way down here to find Excel. And most of these jobs were specifically asking for Microsoft Office suites, which is Excel, Word, Adobe, and Outlook, and Google Workspace. So we're going to need all of them. So yeah, there's definitely stuff that we need to do with this, but I think you do have the experience. So would this resume pass? Maybe. Truthfully, because they were a office manager before, and I usually get to have more time to look at candidates because I remake recruiting systems to speed things up, so I get more time. So that might actually work, and I'm pretty sure the reason you've gotten some of the interviews is because of previous office manager experience, which is golden. But let's make the rest of this better. So would this pass? Probably not, but that previous office experience is very beneficial. So let's go to the next resume. We are reviewing a full stack developer. So we're looking for TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, and any extra languages such as Python, C, Java, and Git. Whew, cool. Said in one go. Yeah, that is what we're going to be looking for. So this person has applied to 50 to 1. That's actually not terrible. They also wanted to know if they should include 2 other jobs. One they had to leave, one they were let go from. Let's see. I don't even know if I'm going to get that far down. But let's see if they... I mean, the ratio of 1 to 50 is actually kind of solid, especially for software engineering now. I mean, 1 to 50, like, pre-2022 would be obscene. But unfortunately, the market crashed hard for it, and it's still bad. But let's look at this. So, 7 years experience, PHP, okay. Delivered a Larval app, transformed to find a PD, Larval AWS is good. Larval is not a common keyword. but it might be one of those rarer ones. I don't know if anybody knows what Laravel is. I have not really used that before in looking for it, yet alone coded. I cannot code. So, using Nitro TypeScript, it handles ordered. PHP, this is solid for OneWorks API. Solid API, Laravel, Vue.js. I'm missing a little bit of the basics. I'm kind of missing JavaScript, CSS, HTML, and TypeScript, and your formatting isn't bad. It's different, but it's not terrible. It's pretty easy to read. That's why I like this. This is actually, despite not being the format I like, one of the better other ways to format it. I still think mine is better, but because I made it. But yeah. But then you do here, which is JavaScript and Go and AWS. I mean, this is kind of solid. Let's see. Full stack, Java, CHS. I mean, this is okay. I think this one, yeah, I think you can delete this one. I think this one is fine to delete. Primarily because you were not there for a long time. And it could be, also maybe this as well. Do you have PHP anywhere else? Yeah, you do. You were asking if you could delete those jobs. I think it's safe to. I actually do think it's safe to delete those. So, because there's not a lot of stuff. PHP can be one, but you also have PHP here. So, or PHP here. This is... I don't think you should... Okay, so here's kind of where we run into this issue. This is good, then you have this, and then you have that. I think you should get rid of this. I think you need to add a bit more keywords here. Keep this. Put this under like a hobby section. So it would be under work experience. And then you can safely delete these. So, because these are relevant, some of the relevant skills. But I need a little bit more. And then this isn't really as needed. So yeah, not a terrible resume. I can actually see why you're getting a lot of stuff. I'd like a little bit more keywords in the first half. Then maybe just put this as independent game developer a little bit off to the side below everything else. And then I think you can safely delete these. Although admittedly, is there anything else you have which is GraphQL? Because I've seen that once or twice. Yeah, so I'm on the fence about this one. I would like something else about GraphQL, but otherwise, this alone should be able to get you some positions. So I hope this I know this was a little bit different, but based on what you said, it's kind of hard if you're not in chat specifically for this kind of thing. I do need a little bit more of the keywords. That's my biggest gripe, is I need more of the keywords. The timeline being off sync isn't great, but it's not in the very beginning. It's right here in the third one. So it's very possible that a lot of recruiters won't even get past this. They will see what they need and move you forward. So that's my review. Can it pass as yes? Could it improve? Yes. I think this is a solid B resume. So overall, I think this is a good job. I just need a little bit more of the keywords up there and a little bit better formatting. But still very solid. I can see why you're getting 1 in 50. So good job. This is a resume of a data analyst or software engineer. We can't do both of those. The differences between a data analyst and a software engineer in keywords alone are massive. SQL and some AI and maybe one language are going to be accurate, but the rest of it is going to be different. So for this, we are not reviewing the software engineer. We are reviewing the data analyst because those are different. So data analyst keywords we are looking for are SQL, Excel, Tableau, Power BI, AI, ML, Jira, Python, R, leadership, SME, data visualizations, ETL, stakeholders, and that you solved issues with data. SME is subject matter expert. Also, this is going to be that you have can explain complex topics to people that are not knowledgeable in your field. So you just said that you are a recent grad, and we don't know how much you've applied to. So for data analyst. This is massive and does not help you. I don't need this. Again, also there's a lot of stuff here that I don't even care about. Hugging face. Ugh, it's such a weird word. IT words are weird. But anyway, we're completely ignoring this because it doesn't help. Also, I cannot scroll up because they put their full contact information. I don't want to show that. So this skill section can be deleted. This, actually, normally this should be 2 lines. You need to do this for 2 lines. I wouldn't do more than 2. Keep this as 1, and then keep this as the second line. So yeah, condense these 2, and then that should be fine. Also, there's too much bolding. ARFID Lab Intern. Again, this should be 1 line. Let's see. So, implemented automated scripts to organize the ingestion pipeline. That could be 1. Increased throughput processing, visiting read data, improved to analyst stages. Analysis is a good word, but engineered an advanced multilingual real-time feature using STFT Libroso libraries. Okay, and deep learning architecture, don't care. Developed GPU, don't care. JavaScript, we're not looking for that, don't care. JavaScript would be if you're doing full stack or front end, but again, you didn't tell me what kind of software engineer, so regardless, I don't know. Designed an automated pipeline, again, don't care. Develop visualization, here we go. So, for specifically, if we're looking at a data analyst, because again, the keywords are going to be different, which is what we're doing. This takes me this long. Oh yeah, people can't even see it. This long to get to the first sentence that I actually care about, which is developed data visualizations. And that is it. And graphic live display. This is good. JavaScript, PHP, HTML, CSS, that'd be good for front end or full stack dev, but we're looking at data analyst. Remember, you cannot use the same resume for both. SQL, fine. MongoDB, no. Amazon S3, no. Engineer predictive models, models could work. So yeah, this would not fly as a data analyst. There's almost nothing here as if I'd be looking for specifically as a data analyst. As a software engineer, this is kind of full. I'd say it's kind of front end, but we're still missing keywords for it. So this is what I want you to do because this resume fails at both data analyst and software engineers. I need you to split this into 2 resumes. For data analyst, this is what you're going to do. For software engineer, I don't know what you're going to do because I don't know if you're front end, back end, or full stack. I'm assuming you're full stack or front end, in which case you're going to, I mean, look, there's a ton of videos here where I show those keywords. You should know those keywords. Just look at like almost any other video. There's usually a single full stack or front end in one of them. So yeah, this would not fly with any data analyst or software engineer. Your formatting is slightly off, but again, the formatting is not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is the bullet points are too generalized. This goes for everybody. Generalized resumes never work. I want to be clear. Resumes are specifically job title specific. And if you ever do a generalized resume, your resume will fail. So, I want to make sure people understand that because generalized resumes do not work. And that is a big problem because people usually try to do a jack of all trades resume, which does not work. So this doesn't work as a data analyst or a software engineer. You need different bullet points for both of them. Although you have a couple of good ones for software engineer, but not enough. So let's move on to the next resume. This is a resume review of a not data analyst. That was the last one. This is a resume of a data scientist, which does in fact have different keywords, which I have changed. So, their ratio is 75-1, which is not great at all. IT is still in a slump, so again, that's like barely passing C-. What we're going to be looking for a data scientist is R, Python, SQL, Cloud, Machine Learning, Pandas, NumPy, Scikit-learn, Modeling, Hypothesis Testing, Experimental Design, Visualization Tools, Cassandra, Hadoop, Spark, Tableau, CI/CD, Complex Technical Concepts to explain to non-technical stakeholders. Whew, there we go. Said it in one breath. So yeah, that's what we're going to be looking for. Especially this one, I think, is very critical that a lot of people miss. Is look, you're supposed to be, and this is something that is kind of the same with the data analyst. Is you're one of the experts on the data. You're going to have to explain to people like me why your percentage increase of 13 point bajillion makes sense and why I should make changes to the business based on it. So it could also be not necessarily just stakeholders, could be clients or customers. Really is depends. I know clients, customers are different than stakeholders, but it's sort of, it can count sort of as the same keyword. So let's look. This doesn't need to be bolded, but otherwise that is fine. You also really don't need these lines here. Data science intern contributed to 1 million in savings by identifying high impact AI. AI is one opportunity in guiding initiative through feasibility studies and analysis of structured and unstructured data, ensuring between. Okay, so the problem with this is it fails this right here. This is too complex. I need you to break this down and make it simpler, right? I want you to say something like identified opportunities in the business structure for AI which allowed us to save money or something, right? You're going to need to explain this in a way that your tech illiterate friend or parent or uncle or aunt would understand it, and I don't think they would be able to do it from that. So this fails a little bit as a summary sentence because it really does need to be that broad, like that simplified. Extracted, transformed, and analyzed using SQL and Python. Yeah, that one's good. To build robust data pipelines, deliver actionable statistical insight, reducing. This is okay. The problem is, like, I need you to. If this was actionable statistical insight, I need this to show what it did. You didn't tell me what or why this worked. Worked cross-functionally. I guess that's okay for data scientists. To integrate additional data in AI into Sentry, reducing costs, quantifying impact to Sentry studies, decreasing resource requirements. That one's okay. Created presented data through Python, NumPy, Pandas, and Excel. That's good. Okay, this should be higher up. This is a fantastic sentence. Created and presented data visualizations using Python, MATLAB, Python, SQL, Pandas, and Excel to convey insights to non-technical stakeholders, support data-driven decision-making, and align recommendations, business priorities. This should be higher up. This is a perfect sentence. And in fact, I think one of your issues is because of the bolding and the formatting, and I feel like the text is a little smaller than it should be. It should be 10.5 Arial. They may miss that, and that's a fantastic sentence. This is a great sentence. Develop machine learning models. You want to put machine learning and then put parentheses ML next to it. Using Python and NLP, that's fine. Assuring product development time. This is, again, fine. Provided technical guidance for community AI and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, a lot of this is too dense, and it's clear you're a smart person because you got a master's in applied data science, right? Like, I don't even know what would be in Data Science 101. But this is too technical, and the person specifically reading your resume first is not technical. And this is why you're having a ratio of 1 to 75, is if they can get past the giant wall of text that is hard to read, they will find some of the keywords they want. So I'm going to need you to simplify this a little bit. I think this is your best sentence. This is a fantastic sentence. This gives like half the darn keywords that I'm looking for. And just make it easier to read. I think this is more of a formatting problem, and then maybe you can tweak the bullet points a little bit. So, to summarize, half of your bullet points are fantastic, but they're in the later half of this. The other half are kind of iffy. You may need to change them, mainly just to simplify it more, to add a little bit more of the keywords, and to just make it easier to digest. And your formatting is hurting you because of all the bolding. It's actually taking away from the good keywords. So again, not a bad resume. You just really need to fix the formatting in a couple of bullet points, and I think we're going to put that ratio from like 1 to 75 to maybe like 1 to 40, 1 to 50. So, but you definitely have the right idea, and you have fantastic keywords. And people are like, well, hold on, why are you not looking at all of this, Lee? And the answer is I found what I needed here. Like, recruiters don't need, if you find what you're looking for as a recruiter, you move them forward. You don't need to go through the rest of the resume. So, But yeah, overall, okay, could be better, but I can still see why you're passing. This is the final resume of this video, so I want to thank you all for joining me. And if you need more help, stop by my live stream. The link is below, or submit your resume. That's where I do these live, and I help people more so than I can with the YouTube videos. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I appreciate all of you. I could not keep doing this without you all, and thank you. I will see you all in the next video.